Hello and welcome everybody to 1979. We had, who was it? Seve Ballesteros win the Open Championship. Ballesteros, huge name. Other winners, you know, that year, the Masters, I think, was won by Fuzzy Zoeller, one of the best names ever. I want to be called, Zoeller. How many people have a Z in their last name? That's so cool. Anyway, Ram came out with this. You know what else came out in 1979? Some awesome movies. Do you want to list them? Can you name your favorite 1979 movie? Star Trek, the original movie, from a family of engineers. We know Star Trek pretty well. The Jerk. But as a child, one that I remember, when I was looking through all of them, I was like, oh, The Muppets. I love The Muppets. The Muppets movie. The other movie that caught my eye when I was flipping through just now on my phone, I was like, what movies came out in 1979? Did you know that there was a Captain America movie that came out in 1979? Haven't seen it. I saw the cover of it. I'm judging this film by its cover. I'm not sure. If you've seen the original 1979 Captain America, let us know in the comments below how that stacks up with the current Disney-owned Marvel Captain America. That said, let's get this beauty on the review table and have a closer look. All right, we're going to do a quick comparison before we talk about identifying features here. Let's talk about the face real quick. So, recency bias, all right? So, on the right here, we have the Mizuno MP14, and looking at the length of the grooves, they're almost identical. Is that showing up appropriately on camera? Either way, they're about exactly the same, but notice how the Mizuno, like the grooves, don't come all the way out to the toe. They kind of stop back here. The blade is actually slightly longer on the Mizuno, is that right? Either way, the grooves come all the way out to the tip of the toe. So it looks more square. So it looks like the grooves take up a larger percentage of the face, which it may, but they're like the same distance or the same width. Anyway, it's just funny how I noticed that. Kind of a slow learner sometimes, and when I see things, I'm just like, is that right? Here, what do I have here? I have a 1974 Tourney Custom, the 985s, all right? Looking at this too, you see how the grooves go all the way to the toe? But again, exactly the same length grooves. Anyway, interesting. I thought it was interesting. Don't know if that helped. That comparison is of interest to you. So identifying it's pretty easy. The Torr grind is up here at the toe end of the top line, the aft portion right here. Torr grind, and then golden ram across this muscle. Now this muscle is interesting. I don't know if you can see how the light plays off of this, but it is actually slightly concave right here. Really interesting. It's surprising. So beautiful, smooth muscle, you know, from the toe curves all the way, that just continuous curve all the way to the heel. The 79 has kind of more of a flat sole, ram at the sole with the iron number, in this case 7. You can see is there offset there? Maybe. And if there is, there's the tiniest amount. And then you can see the toe profile. Beautiful muscle. Top line address. Nice rounded, beautiful, thin top line. The grooves look great, no nonsense, simple, stand out slightly from the finished material. I don't see any pinning around the hosel, plain black ferrule, not calling attention to itself. Stepped shaft, true temper, dynamic, regular flex shaft on this one. This is my sticker to remind me of the year. This has been re-gripped with the new Karma grip. So no complaints about any of that. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to show you the range footage that I filmed last, was it November? Let's get out on the range and see how it feels. Golden Ram. Look at this lovely blade. This is a gift from Torleif. He's always contributing to the vintage golf community. We appreciate it. You can thank him in the comments below. Looking down at this is a good looking blade. It's the back in particular with this huge muscle, and it's smooth too. But the grooves, it jumps out at me that the grooves go all the way across the face. Like this chrome toe here is very small, and these grooves are very wide. It looks very good. A little bit of offset here. The grip feels great. New Karma grip. No complaints about anything on this club right now. It just comes down to how I hit it. How many shots should I take? 5? We have 5 golf balls here. All right, I'm just going to hit one. Towards that white flag. There's 3 flags out there, the red, the yellow, and the white, just kind of in that general direction, kind of in between all of them is where I'm aiming. And let's see what happens. And I drew one off to the left there. How predictable. On my first shot, are you kidding me? All right, I'm just gonna, let's try again. Oh, it's lovely. It's a lovely club, and it feels good when you hit it. When you hit it sweet. There we go. Oh my goodness, that felt amazing. Look at the distance I'm getting on those. What is it, 7-iron? Wow, it's great. Great club here. All right, a little mud on the face. A big disgrace. All right, here we go. I'm going to aim a little bit to the right and bring it back to the left. It's funny when I see myself talking, I'm wrong on direction so much of the time. One reason why is because when wow, look at that, draw to the wind. It's because I'll hit it and it'll go a certain direction, and then I turn around and it's the opposite direction, so I'm like, oh yeah, it went left. It's but to all the viewers, they're like, it went right, silly. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, it did go right. All right, let's try to straighten this out just a little bit. That was thin. That was a terrible shot. Went pretty straight though. That was very thin. All right, try again. Same thing, just trying to straighten it out a little bit. Weaker grip, forward in my stance. The wind is really howling now from left to right. So hopefully this holds up nicely. Oh, there it is. That's the sweet one. There you go. Blades doing what blades do. Look, I hit a few in the heel. Huh, I wonder if that has something to do with the center of gravity. Interesting. I'm going to play with these more. But the first impression is that they're amazing. I'm going to match this with my Golden Ram driver, and I'll have a complete set. Thank you, Torlef. Let me know your thoughts and memories with Golden Ram Tor Grind blades. It feels wonderful. It feels great. It feels like a blade. So 79, what's it competing with here? So let's talk late 70s, early 80s. You're putting together a set. What are some of the top contenders here? Ben Hogan, obviously. Wilson made some great staff irons. Mizuno, you know, I guess in their 80s, they came out with some clubs, came out with the quad, the Mizuno quad and stuff like that. Later in the 80s, McGregor came out with those beautiful Murphyls, and they came out with some Murphyls earlier in the 80s. But, you know, looking at this competes with the best blades. And if we turn back the clock, okay, so you say change your mindset here a little bit. Ram in the 90s and 2000s kind of became this cheaper discount retail, kind of just entry level when it comes to cost set, all right? So very affordable sets. And they don't have any tour pros playing. But remember in the 80s, Tom Watson was playing Ram. This was a pro level club. Ram was right up there with some of the best. And it's hard to get your mindset into that because of recent events, the last 30 years, you know, it's kind of gone downhill. But lots of companies have done that. Arnold Palmer, True Matics, early 60s, 64. They came out with those beautiful, gorgeous irons, pro level, pro line clubs, and then they kind of went to retail. But back in the day, these were highly desirable and amazing. Right here, Ram, of all companies. It's up there with any of the other manufacturers of the time. The Ben Hogans, the Wilsons, the McGregors. So I'd be happy to put this in my bag, and I'm going to. We're going to see a course vlog at some point with these beauties. They're so fun to hit. Have fun playing golf, everybody. Let me know your thoughts and memories. Tor Grind, Golden Ram, gorgeous muscleback blades. Do you like the ones with more of a cavity in the muscle, or do you like the earlier models, you know, early 80s, late 70s with just the muscle? To me, this is it. This is a gem. As usual, thank you to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, I mean, just anything, $1 a month helps huge, huge amounts, especially psychologically. It keeps me motivated to make these videos. I post a few behind the scenes pictures and updates on Patreon. It's just general support. Another way you can support this channel is by visiting my Amazon shop. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. I have a little golf shop set up. You can see all the golf accessories on my Amazon shop. Thank you everybody for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.